What's up, guys? We're out today, man. I'm trying to find a few morning spots for newbies, man. For Samantha is going to have deer in front of her. Probably see deer. You know, it's not going to probably be a monster buck, but I'm trying to implement my little cousin, which is like my little brother. I call him my little brother. I want him to see deer too, and it keeps him interested. So keep that in mind, man. You got to keep them interested. So here we go. Up in here would be a great spot, up in this stick stuff, and get them up a stick, maybe 2 sticks at the highest, in one of these pine trees off of this field back here, 100, 200 yards into the woods. Close up to bedding, of course, would be a great spot for a young hunter. Just getting into it, getting them implemented, getting deer by them, getting them used to having deer go by and them try, just like anything else, you got to get them where they're not, you want them shaking and get excited, but if they're not seeing deer, they're not going to be interested. They're going to lose interest. They're going to think it's boring. And it actually happened to my son, and he's not a very big hunter right now. I think he will get into it later on in life, but he's an athlete and very athletic. Now, Samantha, my daughter, you're going to see her hunt a lot this year, and I'm almost positive we're going to get her first deer this year. All right, now we came in from this way, walked up, and the line is right up in here. Here's a gentleman here in a ladder stand, so that's good I found this, because I'll stay away from that. And what I try to do is I'll try to stay at least 150 yards away around him, every direction, because I do believe that if you look really, really hard enough and do a lot of scouting, you'll see, you'll find trails skirting this gentleman, because it's a preset and he probably hunts the hell out of it. And there are probably trails coming on both sides of this stand, and if they use that trail on that side, the wind would be going that way, so if they go by, they can pick him up on his scent up, and then they know he's there. If the wind is coming from that way going this way, they would probably use a trail going this way, and being 150 yards out, this hunter would sit here, and if he sits here enough, he's going to stop seeing deer. He's going to think, oh, this place is void of deer. Here, they're just skirting them. So that ladder stand over there, about 150 yards. Here it is, man. They're coming down this thicket here, crossing right past that little holly in front of us, right here. And here's the lane. Here it is. I found it. I couldn't believe it. It's coming in here. It's going right by this guy. This guy probably thinks this area is void of deer. They're just skirting him. They're avoiding him, and they're probably using that on a wind coming this way, so they can smell if he's there or not. Great setup for kids or a beginner hunter, man. That you want to get into hunting, and you got a hunting buddy who says, "Hey, man, I want to come hunting." Great spot for one of them, because I'm going to tell you right now, I really, like I said earlier, if you don't start seeing deer, you don't have deer coming by you, and you're not seeing them, you're going to lose interest, man. You're going to say, man, that's boring, all that. So you want to see deer. I don't care how old deer are. I'm more of a bigger poopy. I try to go after the more larger, older animals. And I'll tell you, man, it's tough. I get real bored because I don't see the deer like I used to, So keep that in mind, man. You got to keep them interested. Don't let them get bored. Now, I just found a tack line coming from up there all the way back. And this is where guys, in my opinion, in this area where I hunt, guys think that this is thick. it is thick for us because we can't see that far. But for a deer down like this, it's not. They don't feel safe, I'm sure, traveling through this, even though it's dark and it's got a canopy. I just, me, myself, thinking if I was a deer, would I feel safe coming through here during daylight hours knowing that somebody's trying to kill me? You're damn right I would never come through here during the daylight hours, and that's what you need to think of. Here's another great spot, early season, you know, probably up to the rut maybe. When these guys, this is all green, it's nasty and thick. There's deer coming through here. There's a rub. There's a little bit of bedding right here, which I can see right there. There's a bed. There's a bed right here. There's beds all right through here. There's bed all here. And there's some beds over in here too. But like, this would be great, in my opinion, for a morning spot. Get in here real early for, like I said earlier, like a young hunter, a kid, or a beginner hunter, where if you put them up in here, one of this tree right here, you know, maybe 2 sticks high, or even that one's even better right there. You get right up in there and that nasty stuff. You got a shot right here where we're standing. You got some shots over there. You probably have some shots on the other side. And these deer are moving through here, and you can see these trails during the daylight because they feel hid. This is all, now consider, you got these little hollies, these little trees, which I call, I think, spice bush, I guess, whatever. You know, you got some other trees that are, I don't know what they are, poplars or whatever. I'm sure I'll be corrected, but you know, you got trails all through here, which this is like what I'm calling micro bedding for early season. And I don't know if anybody ever calls it that, but it's just a little tiny bedding area which you could set up in here real early for a morning hunt and get deer moving through here, and actually probably have deer lay down in front of you and keep kids or a new hunter interested in this sport. And as he's doing that, or she's doing that, she's learning, and she's learning how to deal with certain situations with deer going by her, deer laying there, deer winding her, winding him, and whatever else situation that us deer hunters have to put up with. But this is a great spot for a young hunter or a beginner hunter to get their feet wet. All right, here it is, man. Really simple. Up here is pressured bedding, but early season, all these lanes, see these lanes? They will be super thick like we just looked at. And early season, it'll all be green, and there will be bedding on the edge of these, and probably does in the middle of them. So this is very simple. Road access. Here's your private line. Here's that ladder stand we found right here. And you could see the trails that we found skirting these. I mean, there's trails going by that too, but there's 2 trails that are going by this ladder stand just outside of his sight, but they could still monitor this area because they know he's there. And proof's in the pudding, man. We found the trail, as in the, refer back to the video clip, it's there. And these deer, when they get heavy pressured, and you could see all these box stands, a ladder stand, heavy pressured deer, man. These green dots, of course, this is deer trails coming out. These green dots are excellent setups to get deer in front of people, especially new people that are looking to get deer in front of them. That's about it, man. You come in this way, you come in up in here, walk down here, walk this edge here maybe, and set up here. Or I see this ditch over here. This comes out to a road to the north, way to the right here on the screen over here where I'm going like this. You can walk this ditch and get into any one of these setups with the wind in your face, or the wind just off wind, I would say. But any kind of big time pressure, these deer are going to be all up in here. Most of them, not all of them. All the young ones that die usually is going to be, some are going to be in here, but anything really big is going to be in here. They're too smart to stay out in here because they know if they stay out in here and move during daylight, they're going to die. So Super easy setups, man. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. And as usual, subscribe and like to the Buckside.